How's everybody doing today? This is officially my first live since I changed the name from YouTube's Finest to. Wait a minute, hold on. Something is off right here. This one flip up. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Hmm. What's going on with my little area right here? All right, let me turn this. About that. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, let me come over this way. Listen, today's message is a good one. Like I said earlier, I've been doing some soul searching. I've been trying to think of how I can do things better and different. And today's message is about being a jack of all trades. And I came up with that message, and it's really based upon my experiences in life and my experiences on YouTube. It's been times where I felt like quitting. I felt like uh, I felt like things was fighting up against me. You hear YouTubers and the I say the guru YouTubers always talking about uh, getting burned out and just feeling defeated. I don't know why I'm losing my thought, but anyway, I'm gonna get in it. I'm gonna get to it. Let me just give you this little bit of information. All right. First, let's just talk about being a jack of all trades. Okay, being a jack of all trades is a person who is versatile and has a wide range of skills, but may not be an expert in any one area. The full uh, saying is often jack of all trades, master of none, though it is not always the case, and the term can have positive uh, con- uh, connotations. I probably said that wrong. Like being resourceful or adaptable. The phrase highlights a broad skill set and drawback of lacking deep specialization in one field, but also a benefit in roles that require diverse abilities. Now, I decided to talk about that in particular because here on my YouTube page, on my YouTube channel, I said page, channel, I have a broad range of things that I do in my life that I'm interested in. So the things that I have been interested in, I have been doing. Um, I've been doing workouts. I've been doing if I get scriptures, Bible verses, notions. I mentioned before different things that come to me. I have a book here, and I write it down. When stuff, ideas, messages come to me, I write them down. Like the last thing is, uh, everybody can't go. That's a video that's coming. When ideas and stuff come to me, I write them down. It's just a part of my life. This YouTube channel is is basically just displaying parts of my life, things that I do, things that I've been through, my experiences, uh, what I've learned along the way. And one of the things that I wanted to do when I started my channel is be able to help somebody else. I've always, my whole life, been the type of person to reach out and help others. And it didn't always work out so good. But, and at one point, I started to just say, man, forget it. I'm just going to be selfish. I'm just going to do my thing. I'm not worrying about nobody else. And that's, it happens. That's how life happens sometimes. When you've been defeated, when you've been stepped on and, uh, uh, you know, left behind and kicked to the curb, life sometimes can make you feel that way. But listen, this is not what God had for us. God wants us to be able to help each other out. He wants for us to be able to share our testimonies and our experiences, because our testimonies and experiences can help others. And this is one thing that I'm coming to terms with. Yesterday, I did a dedication video, and initially I did not plan to do it the way that I did it. I planned to talk about grief and suffering and, you know, dealing with it, how to deal with it, because, you know, I've been there. I've been through grief. I've been through suffering, and I'm still trying to cope through that process. And yesterday was my daughter's mom. Well, it would have been her 50th birthday, and you know, I wanted to speak on it. But the format was changed because, you know, I spoke with my daughter and we agreed upon something different, and that's why I changed it up. But eventually, I think I did put up something where I am going to speak about how to cope during grief, how I cope, how I have been able to cope through grief and hurt and hardship and pain. I will be talking about that in the future. But anyway, back to this subject. So, we found out what the jack of all trades is. Alright, so I wanted to also find out uh, being a jack of all trades, being the type of person that can do more than one task. You have to have what they call a go-getter's ability. You have to be a go-getter. You can't be a jack of all trades and be lazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to, uh, you know, keep moving. Do this, do that, do that. You have to be able to multitask. You have to be able to do more than one thing, and you have to be able to multitask. So let's look up go-getter and see what it says. Go-getter is an informal term for a enterprising, ambitious, and energetic person who works hard to achieve their goals. Alright, the term can also refer to various products, services, and brands such as self adhesive eyelashes. I don't know why I was talking about that. I'm talking about a go-getter. Characteristics. Go-getters are described as resourceful, determined, and enthusiastic problem solvers. They are often proactive, confident, and persistent. Alright, now let me stop at that point. Persistent. I'm realizing doing YouTube, it requires persistence. You have to be persistent. Even when things don't look good, you still have to be, if you want it, you have to be persistent. So that's where jack of all trades and go-getter ties in together, because you have to be able to figure out, they call it your niche or niche. You have to be able to figure out what's good for you, what you like, and master it. Try your best to master it. So uh, that's what we have, the go-getter mentality. And let me see, work style. They are typically motivated, enjoy learning on the job, and are attracted to careers and require real world application rather than quiet study. So, uh, as far as that, I've always been the type that like to be behind the scenes. I never ever was the type that would, if I look at myself 20 years ago, I've never would have imagined myself being in front of a camera, being in front of an audience. I've always been the type where I'd rather be behind the scenes and I'd rather help somebody else get ahead. But it come a time where you have to allow your talents to come to the front. Classic example. Going back in history, you had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. All right, everybody know who Michael Jordan is. He had a field of his own. Like, everybody knew Michael Jordan. But a lot of people knew Scottie Pippen. But Scottie Pippen didn't get the credit he deserved. Scottie Pippen was a very, very good player. But he didn't get the credit that he deserved, honestly, in my opinion, because he was behind the scenes. He was behind Michael Jordan. So he never really got the accolades that he deserved as an NBA player. Yeah, he made it to the Hall of Fame, but I think he never really got the time to shine on his own. And that's one thing. Yeah, he won championships, but when people talk about Scottie Pippen, they gonna always say he only won because of Michael Jordan, and I don't think that's true. I don't think Michael Jordan would have won as many championships if it wasn't for Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, and some of those other cast members that was very valuable when it came down to the scratch. The thing about it is, in that particular field, that's a team sport. Not one player can win a championship by themselves. It takes a team effort. Now, here in my world, in the YouTube world, you have individuals that do YouTube, and then you have like families and stuff like that. But however it is, if your family is the one that's doing the YouTube, it requires a team effort. But if you're an individual doing YouTube, it requires your efforts, your concentration, your focus, your go-getter mentality, and your hard work and dedication. And you can't be afraid and sit behind in the shadows. You have to be able to go out in the limelight and prove yourself. That's how you get subscribers. That's how you move up in the YouTube world. You have to be able to stand out amongst the millions. You have to be able to make your mark. So what else we got? Let me see. This got potential downsides. Let me see. This personality type may become frustrated by rules and routines or become overwhelmed under extreme stress. Well, I am going to tell y'all that the potential downsides. This personality type may become frustrated by rules and routines or become overwhelmed under extreme stress. I'm reading that because that's true. I got to that point I got to that point at one point where I was frustrated. I felt like the rules were stacked against me. I felt overwhelmed, and I felt extremely stressed because I'm saying, like, man, I'm doing stuff, I'm getting a lot of good feedback. I'm thinking, okay, yes, I'm doing the right thing. Let me keep at it. But then all of a sudden, it seemed like a light switch. It's like somebody just turned off the lights on my channel, and my channel just go dead, flatline, literally flatline. I watched it. I watched my channel go from up to straight down to flatline. So I'm like, I've gotten new subscribers. I've been putting in the work. I've been walking the walk. I've been talking the talk. What's going on? What's going on? So I felt like the odds had been stacked against me. And I honestly, I'm starting to get frustrated with this. But inside, I'm telling myself, listen, no matter what that stat line say, no matter what's going on around you, no matter what those numbers are saying, when you decided to do YouTube, you decided that you wanted to be a unk. That's why I call myself an unk. We all know what an unk. A unk is like an uncle. A good, to me, I think a unk is a good person that you can rely on. Somebody that's not your mom, not your father, like a real uncle. Like personally, I had good uncles in my life that I could go to that was positive, that would guide me, lead me in the right direction. We don't have too much of that nowadays. So I decided that I'm going to be that type of character for people out here because there's a lot of people that's influenced, a lot of young people that don't have no direction, don't have no guidance, and but they watching YouTube. And they may come across something that I say, something that I do, that may lead them in the right path. Because that's one thing about me. Like I said, I've always been the type of person to help other people. I've always been that type. I have young people that I've taught how to play basketball, and back in my basketball days, like I've always been that type of person. And from hurt and pain, I got out of it. And I started being like, man, I'm just going to stay to myself. But I got the notion, God told me, you need to go on and do YouTube and let your voice shine out there. Maybe if somebody in these streets, YouTube streets, I say, that would appreciate your talents, that would appreciate what you have to say, that can learn from some of your lessons that you put up here. So that's why I'm here. All right, what else we got? So the next thing I looked at was finding finding a new path. Finding a new path. Okay. What I mean by that is refreshing. Refreshing. Starting over. That's why I changed my name. Starting over. Um, uh, Letting go of the frustration, letting go of the downfalls, the setbacks, and just keep going. So check this out. Finding a new path involves enhancing change through self-care, setting realistic goals, and adapting a positive mindset to move forward from the past. Okay, prioritize what is important. Build a new routine and reflect on your progress while also staying patient and kind to yourself. I was beating myself up. It takes courage to start, but by taking small, actionable steps, you can build momentum and redefine your journey. Y'all get this? Redefine your journey. Okay? Basically, step back, look at yourself, say, stop beating yourself up. This is what I had to do. Stop beating yourself up. Stop worrying about this and that, this and that. Focus. Lock back in. Go back to the beginning and think about what you set out to do. You set out to be a mentor, to be a positive person, to be a counselor, to be somebody that's giving out good vibes, good advice. Your stories can help people get back on track. Get back on track. So that's what I did. And that's why I'm here today. All right, so what else we got? All right, all right. Before you begin, reflect and explore. Take time to understand your feelings and identify the areas of your life where you want to change. Let go of your past. Acknowledge past mistakes, but don't let them hold you back. Focus on the present and what you can control. All right, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is what I was talking about. I started coming down on myself. I started feeling bad about how things was going. Why? Because I saw my channel going up, 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 up. And I started getting really proud of myself and feeling good about everything. Because, to be honest, when I started YouTube, I shot out the gate. Like horses at the horse race, I shot out the gate. And the momentum was so good, and I felt so special. I felt so loved. And then all of a sudden, it didn't even flatline up. It just took a nosedive. And it left me in a state of confusion, hurt, disappointment. So, I started trying to do other things and change things around. And it got to the point where I was just like a chicken with his head cut off, just running around and getting scrambled all up to the point where I got upset, frustrated, and I said, man, I'm about to quit. Forget it. And get off the path that God had me on. God had me on this path for a reason. But looking and reflecting at stuff that I shouldn't even be worried about, because the whole point is to get these stories out, is to get this word out, to get this knowledge out, and not focus on those stats and all that stuff. Eventually, that stuff will get to where it need to be. If you have something to say, if you have something important that you want to get out here, then you get it out here. And eventually, and this one good thing that I got from the YouTube gurus, they have said this. I've heard several of them say this. They've had videos that didn't do nothing. But then all of a sudden, 6-7 months later, they shot out and get hundreds of thousands of views. Videos that was flatline. That's why they always tell you, don't delete your videos. Because just because it didn't get through the first time or even the second time, don't mean that one time it's going to come through and people are going to catch it and it's going to blow. So that's why you stay consistent and keep doing what you're doing. Don't get down on yourself. So what else it is? Let go of the past. So look, adjust your mindset. Replace negative self-talk with positive and optimistic thoughts. Focus on what you can do. What you can do. Like I just said. Instead of what you can't. Alright, setting a new path. Like I said, that's what I'm doing. Setting a new path. Set clear goals. Write down your desired outcomes whether they are small or large. Uh, One thing I said, write down your ideas. All right. It said, I lost my, whether they are small. Man, I took my eyes off. Okay, whether they're small or large. Identifying up to 3 priority goals can help you and stay focused. All right, enhancing new opportunities. Say yes to new experiences and challenges, such as trying new activities, going to new places, or learning a new skill. Now, let me speak on that. Yeah, I'm here on YouTube, right? But I have, the whole time, I have been putting uh, I have been posting on TikTok. And I really don't know about the TikTok stuff like that. It's a lot, to me, personally, it's a lot to it. And y'all, I'm moving around, I'm trying to pull my sock off here. Yeah, for me personally, it's a lot. It's a lot of bells and whistles and stuff to TikTok. And I'm a person that's visually impaired. And I'm looking like I'm actually seeing out my glasses now. At one point, I could not even see out my glasses. And I feel really good being able to see out of my glasses right now. Like, I feel like jumping and touching the sky. But on TikTok, you have so many different things that's going on, and then I watch others like they shouting out people's names and this and that, like going down and hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, this, and it's like man, it's like so much stuff going on. I just don't know if I can keep up with it. But my daughter has been trying to get me to go over there and do some stuff over there. And eventually I will. Like I did something over there yesterday, and it was okay. It wasn't really what I planned to do, but um, eventually, just like this said, don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to go outside of the box. So let me see what else we got. Uh, Prioritize self care. Make time for activities that reduce stress and promote mental and physical well being, such as exercise, sleep, and hobbies. That's why I added the exercise onto my channel because I wanted y'all to see a whole range of me and the things that I do. And one thing that I wanted to focus on was trying to get my health in line. Like I'm not an unhealthy person. Like I don't have no diabetes or anything like that. I've always had vision problems, but I'm overweight. So I've been working towards trying to do these exercises and try to get myself healthy again because I've never been known for being overweight. Like I've always been like fit, you know. So I've been working towards trying to get back to that, and I actually added that in to my channel. And like I said, my my channel numbers just went all over the place and mostly down. And some people say it's because you're trying to do too many things on your channel. But then I've been watching YouTube like for years and years and years, and some of the people that I like the most have channels where they do multiple different things. That's what I like about them. They do different things on their channel. Like I've known people like be singing, cooking, they be going out, vacationing, different things. And I like that. So I couldn't understand why would they say that your channel have to be one specific thing. So I got in my head about that. I got in my head about that because I had started going outside of the box and started doing more than that one thing. I started doing more things that I like to do in my life. I like motivation. I like spiritual. I like exercise. I like from time to time going to Myrtle Beach, looking at the sights. So I started doing different things, and but I was told that that's hurting my channel, and I let it get to me. I let it get to me. So that's why I'm here. I'm taking a step back, and when I move forward on this next level, I'm gonna focus on the things that's inspirational to me, uh, the things that can help me and help others. You know, what I set out to do, I'm gonna get back to it and stop trying to, do other things that I'm not good at. Things that I'm good at that I feel like God has designed me to do. I'm gonna do it. That's me. All right. So what else? Moving forward, build new routines, create new daily and weekly habits to support your goals, and stay disciplined. All right. Staying accountable. Regularly checking in with yourself to see how things are progressing and make adjustments as needed. Right? These are some key things that can help you. That can help you whether you're doing YouTube or whether you working a job, whether you're doing your own business. These are key things that are very helpful. Seek support. Don't never, I'm not even going to read this yet. I learned this a long time ago. Don't never be afraid to ask questions. Once upon a time, I sit there. They say, "You understand?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I go off and be like, "Dang, they said to do this, this." Don't never be afraid to ask questions, no matter how silly you think you may sound. Ask the questions that you need in order for you to be able to do what it is you're trying to do. Don't never be afraid. All right. So I'm gonna read it. Seeking support. Surround yourself with friends, family, or a community that provides encouragement and can help challenge you. Now, let me speak on that. Surround yourself with friends, family, or community that provides encouragement and can help challenge you. That's key. Surround yourself with friends, family, or community that provides encouragement and can help challenge you. So guess what? If somebody telling you you can't do that, you too old for that, or you ain't got to look for it, or uh, don't surround yourself with people that's going to bring you down, tear you down, disappoint you, turn you away from your goals. Surround yourself with people that's going to push you and tell you you can do it. You can do anything that you put your mind to. Okay, that's very key because there's been so many people in life that turned away from their dreams listening to people that was nothing but crabs trying to bring them down and didn't want them to have nothing. And I've seen people. All right, I'm gonna give you one quick example. I've seen somebody wanting to apply for a higher position at the job, and the other coworkers telling them, "Nah, you don't need to do that because you're gonna be the man. You're gonna be the man. Like the man is somebody like me, like somebody that nobody want to be." That was a stupid mentality. The man. No, you're gonna be a boss. You're gonna have more responsibilities, and you're gonna have to, it's no friendship. When you're the boss, all of that friendship stuff is pushed to the side. You have a responsibility as a leader. And a lot of people that was your friends, they don't they don't like that. They don't like the fact that you are their boss. And a lot of times people are not going to respect you. But anyway, what happened in that particular situation, the person told the other person, don't do that. Like, don't go and be the man. You're gonna be the man. Don't do it. And they allowed that person to tell them, and they went with it. Guess what? That person went and applied and got the job. See that? He just undercut them and told them not to do it because they had in their head that they was going to do it, and they wanted to push them out the way. That's crab. That's a crab mentality. Pull them back and push themselves forward, and then sit there and smile in their face as they became their boss. But it didn't last long because they ain't do it right, and they ain't had the right mindset. But it happens. So you never let nobody talk you out of what you feel that you can do. You know what your talent is. You know what your skill, and don't never be afraid to push yourself. Because I've taken manager jobs, and of course, in the beginning, I was afraid, of being over somebody, like people that I was cool with, like how they gonna look at me now. Um, am I gonna be tough enough? Like if they doing something they don't have no business doing, like am I gonna be, tough enough to be able to handle that? And guess what? The first time I wasn't. I wasn't. I was being nice, and it cost me my job. But guess what? When I got the opportunity again, I did what a supervisor is supposed to do. I made sure that the job got done. That's your job. You make sure you do what you're supposed to do, and you make sure your crew do what they're supposed to do. That's the job as a supervisor. So I learned from my mistake. All right, so what else we got? Practice patience. Building resilience and navigating change is a process. Be patient with yourself and view setbacks as opportunities for learning. All right? So, I got one more thing and I'm going to close this out. I just want to tell you, listen, you can do anything that you put your mind to, and understand this, there are going to be setbacks, there are going to be downfalls, there are going to be people to tell you that you can't. There are going to be times where it feel like you just can't get it right. Everything is, listen, if it's in your heart to do it, you keep doing it and you keep going at it, and eventually you're going to bust through. And you're going to get to where you want to be, where you need to be. So stay motivated, stay consistent, and like the commercial, stay thirsty, my friends. So I'm going to give you that. Then let me give you this one last thing. This is very, 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 very important. All right. What did I do with it? You know what? I'm looking on the wrong thing. That's what I did with it. All right. Wait, no. Back up. Back up. One last thing. All right. All right. I got it. I got it. I got it, y'all. I got it. Now, more than anything else, I said, what would our maker say if I had the question uh, of wanting to be great, wanting to be better, wanting to achieve my ultimate goal? So I looked up how God designed us to be great. Now, God designed us to be great. So, let's see. So, if God designed us to be great, let's see what it says. According to the religious teachings, God designed uh, humanity for greatness through a unique combination of characteristics and purposes, such as being created in His image. possessing cap capacity, uh, capacity. I don't know why my eyes got scrambled. Capacity for both reasoning and faith, and being given individual talents, your own talent. You got your own talent, and the ability to perform good deeds. This design emphasizes that true greatness is found in fulfilling God's purpose for us, including worship, fellowship, spiritual growth, serving others, and glorifying Him. That's exactly what I do on my channel. All of those things. Alright? These purposes are achieved through both our in, uh, inherent design, inherent, inherent design in a life of faith that can be restored and strengthened through a relationship with Christ. So, with God in us and God backing us, we're going to achieve much more. If we lean on God through our journey, through our life lessons and blessings, we're going to be better. We're going to achieve much, much more. I found this to be true because I have tried to do things on my own and I failed. So you got to let God be the guide. Okay. Created in God's image. Humans are designed to reflect aspects of God's nature, such as a capacity for love, reason, creativity, and a moral choice. This means we are not just good, but very good, giving us a unique role to represent God on earth. Alright, our unique purpose. God intentionally created each person with unique personalities, talents, and dreams to fulfill a specific purpose for His plan and to bring glory in a way no one else can. So each one of our talents, whether they similar to each other or whether they something totally different, is part of God's design to bring us closer to Him and to fulfill His prophecy. So that's why we have these talents. Alright? Intended for relationship. Alright? Humans were made for a seamless, intimate relationship with God. A connection that was interrupted by sin but can be restored through faith in Jesus Christ. Alright? Capacity for good works. We are created to perform good works, which are not for earning salvation, but for expressing it. This includes acts of love, generosity, and seeking justice for the oppressed. This is very good for what's going on in our society right now. That was a very positive word right there. I'm gonna read that again. Capacity for good works. We are created to perform good works, which are not for earning salvation, but for expressing it. These include acts of love, generosity, and seeking justice for the oppressed. Seeking justice for the oppressed. Okay. Next, potential for restoration and growth. Through faith, the image of God that was corrupted by sin can be restored, leading to a new creation in Christ, even during difficult times. God uses challenges to develop character and build resilience. So those things, those downfalls, those spike downs that I was facing was to build me. That I feel, reading this, I feel it, some things have to happen in our life to humble us. Because sometimes If we doing too good too fast, we forget about God. So God allowed things to happen so we come back to Him and start over and remember what His plan is for us and not ours. Not our will, but His. A lot of times we lose our way with that. So He allowed things to happen for us to reset, take a step back, come to Him and pray, God, what is it? What's going on? And get the answer that we seek and start over and build up better. It's like building a strong house. If God knows that some of the bricks that you have in your house is weak and could cause your whole foundation to fall, He's going to call you for a reset so that you can build your house strong and steady and mighty. That way it won't fall. It will be, you know, unstoppable. So I probably didn't say it right, but you understand. All right, so let me see. Attention. So, how to live out this design? Embrace your uniqueness. Don't downplay your unique talents or personality. They are part of God's given purpose. Focus on service. Understand that serving others is a way of serving God on earth. Practice faith. Trust that God's plans for your life is best, even if you don't fully understand it. Yep. Seek spiritual growth. Engage in spiritual growth to become more like Christ, which is a lifelong process of developing godly character. So, that's a mic drop. Listen, the topic today was Jack of all trades. I want you to receive this message. I hope that you receive this message. And I want you to know that being a jack of all trades, you can do anything that you put your mind to. As long as you put God first, allow God to lead you and give you guidance. Work hard. Don't give up. Forget about what the people say you can't do. Work hard. The third thing is get with people that's going to help uplift you, not bring you down. People that's going to tell you that you can. They see success in your life. They see you prosperous versus being with people that's telling you can't. You ain't got the look, or you ain't got the sound, or you ain't doing this right. You should be doing. Get with the positive. And just trust your gut. Trust your gut. Like your talent. Let's say you decided a person on here decided, oh, I'm a start a YouTube and I'm just gonna sing. You know what your talent is. You know what you can do. So don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Whatever your talent is, playing the drums, sewing, whatever it is, do it. Do it. Do it. Trust God and do it. You'd be surprised of some of the success stories that has happened here on YouTube, and some of the things that you would see. Everybody is different in a creative sense. I may look at somebody's channel and be like, well, I ain't really into that, And it's not no shade against nobody. It's just I'm not really into that. But that person may have 500,000 other people that is into that. So just because I'm not into that, or just because one or two people are not into what I'm saying, don't mean that I'm not going to come across 300,000 or 400,000 people that's going to see something in me and that's going to say, oh, I like that. I feel that. I understand what he's saying. That's good. That's good motivational. That's good spiritual nutrition. That's good. A older man trying to get his exercise on, trying to get healthy. Like whatever your talent is, whatever you have in your mind to do, you don't let nothing or nobody stop it. You can be a jack of all spades or all trades. Spades. I'm thinking about the cards over here. You can be a jack of all trades. You can do more than one thing. It's you. It's a part of you. It's a part of your story. It's a part of your life. You know, everybody might not like what you putting out, but somebody gonna like it. Somebody gonna like it because you'd be surprised how there's so many people that's just like you. Just like you. When I talk about stories about how I was shy and behind the scenes, like I never wanted to be in the light. I always like I would help promote and push somebody else. I would be the person lifting somebody else up. You know. But it comes a time, that's all well and good, but it comes a time where you have to do things for yourself. You know, and one of the things that I'm going to be talking about, like I said, everybody can't go. That's going to be a topic that I'm going to be talking about. And I say that it's not to be mean, it's not to be disrespectful. But listen, I'm going to give you an example. A horse and carriage. A horse can carry up to a certain amount of weight for a certain amount of time. Okay? And they will keep going until they're not able to do it. And when they're not able to do it, it's more likely because they're tired. If you keep walking around and you keep being that person that's sitting there trying to hold everybody else up, eventually you're going to get tired, especially if you don't have somebody lifting you up. Eventually you're going to get tired. You know, and the thing about friendship, the thing about family, the thing about love, you want to help somebody that's helping you. It's not one-sided. Love is not one-sided. Friendship is not one-sided. You know, it's a partnership. I'm not going to get myself together and the person that was helping me to get myself together, I'm going to say, forget them. Like, I'm not going to do it. But guess what? There's plenty of people out here that would do that. So, I'm going to be talking about that. I don't want to get all into that story. I hope y'all enjoyed the message that I have today. I'm coming out of my shell. I'm coming out, and I'm going to be putting out. I got about 3 or 4 messages coming up. I think the next one is going to be called Boo Boo the Food. And when I put that up, my girl saw it and she bust out laughing. Listen, y'all watch that, man. Listen, it's funny. It's a funny title. It's some funny stories that's going to come with it, but it's reality and it's facts. And it's experiences that I've been through. So the next one coming up, like I said, Boo Boo the Food. Y'all look out for that. But I'm out of here, y'all. That's all I got for now. But as I always say, to the next time, love, peace, and blessings to all of y'all. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank y'all for the support. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Peace.